100 years ago, giant humanoids, known as titans, appeared and began devouring everyone they came into contact with, destroying humanity. Humans built layers of walls to survive their attacks and temporarily restore peace, but there is no guarantee that the walls will remain standing forever. One day, inside the wall's outermost boundaries, Eren meets up with his friends Armin and Mikasa, and he teases them while standing atop an old missile, but he falls. Eren expresses his dissatisfaction with being trapped inside the walls his entire life and wishes to know what lies beyond. In frustration, he kicks the missile, revealing a painting of an ocean that amazes everyone. Mikasa imagines what that would look like in real life, and it must be breathtaking. Eren tells Mikasa that if they want to, they can see it with their own eyes. The group sneaks down to the bottom of the exterior wall, and is taken aback by how large it is up close. Eren intends to climb the structure, but the rest of the group tries to stop him because they are afraid of the consequences. Armin warns his friend that there are numerous titans outside, but Eren believes they no longer exist because no one has seen them in 100 years. Their conversation is cut short when a border patrol officer attempts to remove them from the restricted area. When Eren sees his friends being arrested, he attacks the guards furiously, ignoring the consequences of being executed. Just as Eren is about to be shot, Zelda, a friend of the boy's father and the captain of the soldiers, breaks up the fight and promises to personally punish the lawbreakers. When the soldiers have gone, the man begins to make fun of Eren's actions while sympathizing with the boy's desire for freedom. He tells the group that they don't need to venture outside personally because the military has recently decided to explore beyond the walls. They suddenly hear a loud explosion, and the ground begins to shake violently like an earthquake, and the wall begins to crumble as something from the outside tries to break in. A colossal titan taller than the wall appears, with smoke surrounding its body. The wall patrols stare in fear as the monster screams incessantly and begins kicking the walls. After many attacks, the titan manages to breach the wall and vanishes into the smoke, as if he has completed his mission. The group notices a swarm of titans with terrifying faces entering the city from the entrance. As the military tries to defend the city by firing cannonballs at them, the monsters rush towards the people. Their attacks only temporarily slow the titans, as the monsters appear to have extremely fast regeneration and begin moving towards the soldiers. The people screamed in terror as the titans grabbed everyone and devoured them. While Armin checks on his parents, the main character runs with his friends back to their homes. The entire city panics, resulting in widespread chaos. The titans quickly follow the people to the densely populated center and begin destroying all of the buildings while devouring everyone like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Eren drives Mikasa to a church where everyone is rushing inside for safety. When Mikasa tries to save a baby on the floor, the main character becomes separated from the girl. As Eren struggles to save his friend, the crowd pushes him into the building. In fear, the people inside lock the door and refuse to let anyone else in. Eren stands helpless as a titan with extraordinary teeth approaches Mikasa. She is terrified as she looks at the monster, but she quickly accepts her fate. As she lowers her head, a large explosion sends everyone fleeing backwards, and Eren notices that the titan has vanished along with his friend, so he rushes outside while everyone locks the door behind him. Eren stands up and is astounded to see that the city has been completely destroyed. When he turns around, he sees a swarm of titans surrounding the church. The monsters then rip open the structure like a cardboard box and begin devouring everyone inside. Eren turns around and limps hopelessly into the midst of the chaos. 2 years later, the military intends to retake the outer districts that were breached by the attack. People fled to the center for safety, but in the process, they abandoned the farms in the outer districts, resulting in a severe food shortage, which increased mortality and crime. In order to save the people from starvation, they must repair the walls and take over their land. Commander Kubo brings their weapons expert Captain Hinge onto the stage, where she demonstrates the new grappling device that is supposed to help them kill the titans. However, it appears to be more capable of killing her teammates. Eren has joined the military, along with his friend Armin, who also survived the 2-year-old massacre. They come across Captain Saldo, who is assisting with food distribution and appears to be hopeless as he drowns himself in alcohol. Armin explains to his teammates that their mission is to blow up the upper portion of the wall, causing it to collapse and block the passage. The wall becomes lower in that section but remains taller than any normal Titan. The people will then be able to exterminate all of the monsters and reclaim their city. The soldiers prepare to leave at sunset because Titans, like humans, sleep at night and are very sensitive to sound, so the scouts must remain silent in order to survive. The massive door opens and the soldiers exit in their armored vehicles. As they get closer to the second wall, their captain notices movement ahead and comes to a halt. The soldiers get out of the vehicle and start scouting the area, only to find cattle ahead of them and nothing else. Hyena, one of their teammates, hears a baby crying inside the buildings and decides to investigate despite the improbability of the situation. Eren decides to follow her and protect her in order to make amends for his failure to protect Mikasa. As they progress deeper into the buildings, Eren begins to hear the cries as well. A large amount of sticky fluid suddenly drips on the girl's face, and they both look up to see a baby Titan eating another human on the roof. As the two run away from the area, the monster falls to the ground and begins crying. The noise alerts the group outside, and the captain tries to calm everyone down in order to avoid attracting the Titans. Before he can finish speaking, one of the Titans hiding behind the walls kills him. While being pursued by a swarm of Titans, Eren runs towards the team. When the commander notices the danger, he orders the scouts to leave and drives away quickly. With no other option, the remaining group flees to the nearest building in an attempt to escape the Titans, but they are surrounded. In front of them, a massive giant appears. Captain Shikishima from the recon team appears just as they are about to be killed and kills the Titan by attacking the weak spot behind the neck. Another woman appears and easily dispatches the Titan. She lands next to the evaporating monster and turns around, revealing herself to be Mikasa. She notices Eren but pays no attention to him. The captain approaches her and smiles. Eren is still shaken by the encounter. The two take off towards the buildings. Shikishima was guarding the explosives at the commander's request, but was not informed of their exact location in order to prevent any potential sabotage. Commander Kabo shows the captain the underground passage where humanity's last hope for survival is hidden. Jean, one of the teammates, blames Eren for attracting the Titans and nearly killing everyone. They start fighting as everyone looks at them in disbelief. While the captain inquires about the main character's name, Mikasa arrives and breaks up their fight. Shikishima, surprisingly, seems to know exactly where Eren is from after learning his name and decides to have a private conversation with the boy. The captain inquires as to why Eren despises the Titans, to which the boy responds that they are responsible for stealing humanity's freedom. Shikishima disagrees and blames humanity for the current situation, claiming that enclosing themselves within walls has turned them into cowards who don't know how to fight back. The captain suggests that Eren is a cattle, which the boy vehemently denies. Shikishima smiles and encourages Eren to face his fears and fight the Titans in order to reclaim his freedom. Later that day, Eren discovers Mikasa in front of a broken piano and expresses his delight to see her alive. She doesn't feel the same way when the girl reveals that the baby she tried to save was eaten. Mikasa then shows Eren a large bite mark on her stomach and tells him how cruel the world is. The captain interrupts their conversation. They proceed to express their mutual affection in front of the main character, who realizes Mikasa is no longer the same girl he once loved. Eren storms outside and screams angrily. Hyena appears and tells the main character to forget about the girl. She brings him to their shelter and tries to console him, while another couple is having an intimate moment in the background. Kiana reveals that she is a single mother who enlisted in the army to support her daughter. She wants Eren to join the family as well and tries to persuade him with her feminine wits. When a huge eyeball stares at them through the walls, their fun is cut short. The Titan bursts through the building and drags Iana into his mouth. A swarm of Titans approaches the buildings, prompting the military to evacuate. The soldiers charge at the Titans, attempting to stifle their attacks. The captain easily defeats the Titans by deflecting all of their attacks and striking at their weak points. Mikasa tries her hardest to kill the Titans while also saving their teammates. Many soldiers are killed because they have no experience fighting the giants. The commander directs everyone to guard the explosives. The woman from earlier weeps as her boyfriend dies while attempting to save her. Captain Zelda yanks her away from the dead body as she yells that she will kill the Titan. Captain Hinge notices that someone is attempting to steal the explosive-laden truck. As the truck drives away from the battlefield, the woman with the deceased boyfriend climbs aboard and sets fire to the explosives. She jumps into the vehicle and fights the thief until he is knocked out. She then drives the truck towards the Titan responsible for her boyfriend's death and slams the back of the vehicle into the Titan, causing a massive explosion that knocks the Titan to the ground. The attack, however, is futile because the Titans regenerate quickly and return to feasting on humans. Eren spots Jing hiding on the rooftop and tells him to fight like everyone else, but the man is a coward who admits to being weak. Eren rushes towards the Titans, enraged by what the captain said to him earlier, attempting to kill every single one of them. He struggles to control the grapplers because he lacks combat experience. Shikishima notices Eren's bravery and starts directing him to attack. Eren charges at the Titans and kills one, but before he can celebrate, he flies right into the mouth of another. The Titan snatches one of his legs and throws him onto the rooftop. When the scouts notice that Jean is still trapped on the building, Armand devises a plan to rescue him. They start making a lot of noise in an attempt to scare the Titans away, which opens the door for their teammate and Jean to charge towards the Titan and kill it with a single attack. The group attempts to flee the area, but Armin is captured by another Titan who intends to devour him. Everyone tries to help by attacking the monster all at once, but their attacks are ineffective against him. Eren, despite his injuries, sees his friend in danger and crawls towards the Titan. The Titan opens its mouth and devours the young boy in front of Eren. He gets to his feet and refuses to let his friend die. Armin tries to climb out, but he keeps sliding down the Titan's throat. Eren manages to grab onto his friend at the last second while keeping his mouth open. He drags Armin and throws him out while sliding into the monster's mouth. Eren descends into the Titan's stomach and encounters numerous dead bodies, including a hyena that was killed right in front of his eyes. He grabs the girl's lifeless body and screams in agony, swearing he'll kill all of the monsters. Meanwhile, the last survivors are surrounded, and the captain and commander are nowhere to be found. Mikasa rejoins the team to assist, only to discover that Eren has died. She looks at his remains in disbelief and tries hard not to feel anything. Mikasa decides to take on the Titans head-on in order to clear a path for her teammates to escape. She charges at the Titans, one by one, but her gas quickly runs out, and she crashes to the ground. Mikasa decides to fight until the end as the giant that devoured Eren approaches the girl. Strangely, the monster starts vomiting and screaming in pain. A hand crawls out of the Titan and his body explodes into pieces, revealing a glowing red berserker Titan inside. The giant screams angrily and rushes towards the Titans, attacking them furiously on their weak points. The survivors look on in awe, having never seen a Titan attack one of their own kind before. The berserker continues to annihilate all of the other Titans who attack him in groups. Mikasa notices that his fighting style is very familiar. When Sauda examines the fight closely, he realizes who the berserker Titan must be. The berserker slaughters all of the Titans and screams angrily. When he notices the soldiers on the rooftop, he runs towards them. Everyone backs up in fear, except Mikasa, who calls out Eren's name. The Titan pauses for a moment before grabbing the girl and lifting her into the air. He stares at Mikasa and gradually recognizes the person in front of him. He regains consciousness and begins to transform once more. As he falls to the ground, the Titan's body begins to evaporate in the smoke, and Mikasa rushes towards the neck with her sword. She slashes the neck open with a single strike and extracts Eren from the body. Surprisingly, he has regained his limbs. While everyone looks on in awe, the captain stands back and appears unsurprised by Eren's transformation.